proud sponsor of the KCBQ reunion.
Saturday, March 1st, 1969. There was no order in Los Angeles courtroom yesterday when Sirhan stood and dramatically demanded he be allowed to plead guilty to murdering Senator Robert F. Kennedy and that he be sent to the gas chamber. The judge refused to let the 24-year-old Jordanian change his plea, saying there was no precedent for such a mid-trial move. In Sacramento, Governor Reagan has approved adding a 1 cent a gallon to the gasoline tax to help pay for flood damage to state highways and other public property. The tax increase will be in effect statewide, even though damage from recent heavy rains was mostly in Southern California. In Washington, Dwight Eisenhower has developed pneumonia. Doctors at Walter Reed Medical Center say the 78-year-old former president is generally weaker but resting comfortably. Eisenhower has been a patient at Walter Reed since last April when he suffered a heart attack. A 7-month combat tour over Vietnam will end for pilots of 3 Miramar Naval Air Station squadrons tomorrow when they fly into the station from the aircraft carrier Hancock. 24 F-8 Crusader jets will arrive at 10:30 tomorrow morning. So far this season, it seemed as though everybody can beat the L.A. Lakers except the San Diego Rockets. The San Diegans have failed against the Lakers 6 straight times and got their last shot of the season tonight at the Sports Arena. The largest crowd in San Diego pro basketball history is expected for tonight's game. San Diego's KCBQ weather, partly cloudy with highs in the low 60s, overnight temperatures in the middle 40s. I'm Richard Rock, KCBQ News.
The legendary KCBQ FM.
Time to turn up the burners. Ladies and gentlemen, 4 o'clock at KCBQ FM and AM San Diego. Bill Moffitt with Mason Dixon. Hi, Mason.
I don't need a whole lot of money. Talking about my baby.
KCBQ. Gosh, it's good to say those call letters again. Mason Dixon, wonderful to be back in San Diego. Back here, brought my wife back. Wonderful woman. I come home every day. She says,
Who the hell are you?
Ain't no woman like the one I've got. Ain't no woman like the one I've got.
When I kiss the ground, she walks on.
KCBQ. Bill, you did a wonderful job a second ago. You give me the down-tempo song, right, to start this thing off with.
Listen, you traveled all the way out here, from Tampa, right?
Tampa, Florida.
Just to be here, so you win the award for the longest distance
Do I get
travel.
the longest distance award?
Who's the bald-headed guy over there?
You know what? These guys, they did a wonderful job on the air this morning. Which one is this?
Who's the old fellow with the beard? Hey, Mr. Moffitt, how are you, man?
I'm fine. How you doing, Irv?
All right. You know, we really started a great momentum this morning going with all these great jocks. You know, we had a spirit and whatever. I just don't want you to lose it during this time. We get caught up.
Trying. You know, your listeners have been calling all day after they heard you this morning.
Oh, yeah?
Really? Let me get the engineer here. You want to put that lady on this morning? What do you want to say to her?
Did I ever tell you the sound of your voice irritates the hell out of me?
Here we go. So it was a wonderful job this morning. So I don't know how we're going to what we're going to do to keep that momentum up before the
Could we
day's
have
up.
a light Chablis over here, please?
I think that'd do it, yeah.
Tell you what, the neat thing about KCBQ these days, and it always has been, is the caliber of people there, the talent, the quality of people, and the new general manager for KCBQ. I got to put a plug in for because and the guy who was the wonderful general manager, there he's standing there, Russ Whitberger, 9 feet tall, right here. When I was at KCBQ, yeah, slam dunk. But the new guy who's come in to run the show now and invited us back and brought this whole idea together, his name is Dan Corelli, and he was my general sales manager at Q105, my station in Tampa.
Let's hear it for Dan.
Wait.
Yeah.
Hold, here comes Dan in the door now. Dan, come in, Dan. What are you going to say, Dan?
Wenn du dein Unsinn aufhörst, schicke ich dich quick to the Johnny County Field Farm.
Okay.
Thanks, Dan.
Thank you very much. It sounds like him.
Done it again, haven't we?
It's good to have Dan in here. I appreciate him coming in.
How much did he charge you to go on, anyway?
Well, he did a wonderful job in Tampa. The only thing I got to tell you now, the new guys and all the staff, the current staff at KCBQ, they got to be aware of the problems that Dan has with, do we say the B word? Budgets?
Oh, I thought it was blues.
No, budgets. You have to have money to do promotions like this, and of course, we all had to pay our own way in.
Yeah.
He's going to stiff us on the hotel. You know that.
Yeah, he charged Charlie and I only $250 to go on. It was well worth the price for us.
$250.
Yeah.
Cost me $500 to get on the air today. What about
right.
Wait, Dan's philosophy is
we must use our monies, use our monies, use our monies, use our
Well,
monies.
this is the smart guy standing on the corner of the busiest intersection in town to prove that whatever you're searching for, I can find it in the Pacific Bell Smart Yellow Pages.
So go find it.
Mason Dixon, KCBQ.
Woo, can you believe I found that jingle? Oh, man, it was hidden back in the archives, but I couldn't miss it at all. And it's just wonderful to be back, and especially to share this hour with you, Mr. Bill Moffitt.
Thank you very much, Mason. Incidentally, we invite all the folks to come on down here at the Mission Valley Marriott. Going to be around till 8 o'clock tonight, then the sock hop begins. Do join us. All
Socks
right.
are washed. I'm ready.
She's ready for flow. I like to hear some funky Dixieland. Pretty mama gonna take me by the hand. Pretty mama gonna take me. I like to hear some funky Dixieland. Pretty mama gonna take me by the hand.
KCBQ. Boy, it's a great time today. Everybody's all set for the sock hop tonight, sharing the hour with Bill Moffitt and some of the legendary disc jockeys on San Diego's legendary radio station. Absolute thrill to be here. Thanks for having us, and it's a lot more fun to go before the afternoon is over. KCBQ. We're just waiting for him to turn the mic on, and we're all set.
Testing, 1, 2.
Yeah, we were just having a little discussion over here with the program director, the current program director here at KCBQ, Sonny.
Was he yelling at
Sonny
Sonny
East,
again,
and he
yeah.
was coming over here. He said, "I want to get you guys fired up." So, and a few of those, and of course, some of the old jocks that were standing around said to him what they usually said to most all of the other program directors.
Let him whack it a few times.
Whoa.
That ought to make him happy.
Yeah, good. So he'll be in good shape for the rest of the afternoon.
Makes you healthy, wealthy, and wise.
It
that way.
certainly does. You know, one of the, San Diego has changed so much. There's been so much growth and buildings and stuff around. But there's one thing I got to complain about, and I'll probably get in trouble about this already. But those new amber street lights. Is anybody used to those? Are those things weird or what? Yeah. I mean, Phil, you're getting ready to do traffic. I mean, in the evening, I stopped 14 times down El Cajon Boulevard. It wasn't a yellow light. It was a street light. Mm-hmm. You can't tell where the yellow lights are.
The amber lights fake out everybody. They think, they keep waiting for the red one to happen, and it never does.
Especially
on El Cajon Boulevard.
That's true. I kept stopping.
It's a round robin here.
Well, you know what they say. When you drive down El Cajon Boulevard, you roll the window down and say, "It's party time!" We're going to get into that. We're going to check on the traffic. We're talking about streetlights and stuff. Phil, what's going on?
That's right. It looks pretty good, too. Still into the South Bay. No street lights on southbound 5, southbound 805. Nice drive into the South Bay here today. Eastbound 94, it's okay. Eastbound 8 now, it's a little heavy. All the way up from 805 to about College. You'll pick up speed past Waring Road. Northbound 5, there's an accident right at Interstate 8. Be aware of that. And the border, not too bad of a wait. We got 10 minutes at San Ysidro, 5 minutes at Otay Mesa. Thinking about remodeling? Ask Great American Bank about their low-interest equity loan. Phil Flowers, KCBQ, Air Watch is clear.
You might need to get that thing tuned up, Phil. It sounds a little bad there.
These hot spring fever deals won't last forever.
So drive a little and save a lot.
To Poway Honda Kawasaki, 14010 Poway Road in Poway.
And tell them Tammy sent you.
We're KCBQ with vintage rock and roll of the 50s and 60s on KCBQ AM 1170.
Good time rock and roll from the 50s and 60s. CJ Brown's Rock and Roll Radio Show. I'm CJ.
And legendary oldies from the 50s, 60s, and 70s on KCBQ FM 105.3.
Your oldies station, KCBQ FM 105.3 with another 4 oldies back to back. This is Ken Copper. Just heard the Rolling Stones and the Grassroots, and we've got coming up, we got Carole King, Little Anthony and the Imperials.
and lots more. But today we're having a party, a reunion of some of the best DJs this town has ever enjoyed. It's the KCBQ Reunion, live from the Mission Valley Marriott. It's free, and you're invited to come on down and party with us. AM 1170, FM 105.3, KCBQ.
KCBQ FM.
One of the most exciting things always about KCBQ was the energy level of the disc jockeys. Bill Moffitt, you know about that. You're talking about that cooking, right?
Those pieces.
Let's jump in here and do this thing together one time. You ready? KCBQ. Yeah! KCBQ 105.3 FM, AM 1170. That was the place that was home to me in the middle part of the 70s. And the middle part of the 70s brought this group out, too. Bring back some great memories. Here's ELO.
KCBQ FM and AM. Good afternoon. It's the radio reunion of the decade. I'm Bill Mott along with Mason Dixon. This isn't about Maria Laveau, is it now?
I'm not sure, but, there were some of those folks that used to hang around, some of those women used to hang around the radio station.
Yeah.
I guess they were best described as...
Big old ugly thing. Had horns, and his horns was sticking up, and his tongue was hanging out of his mouth.
KCBQ FM and AM. Eagles, Witchy Woman. I'm Bill Moffitt along with Mason Dixon. Mason, when were we here? What, 75, 76?
76 and 77. Came here during the bicentennial year.
Were you here, Domino Rippy?
Domino Rippy, yes.
The guy with the dogs. I remember didn't he have these big Dalmatians he used to bring to the station?
Those were his girlfriends, Bill.
Oh, I'm sorry. Try it.
What a guy. One of the greatest contests, KCBQ, one of the things it's legendary for, in addition to some wild and crazy air personalities, is some outrageous contests, the last contest, and going back into those days. We ran one in 76 that turned this entire town upside down. You'll remember this. It was the American Revolutionary Bicentennial Contest. Known as
the ARB
contest for short. Now, for those of you who are not up on radio jargon, now we got a lot of disc jockeys out there listening.
You're not going to get us flagged.
No. I wouldn't dare. I'm not going to say anything about it. I know how to tap dance on this, so give me a second, and I'll lose your license for you. We had this contest, and of course, ARB is slogan short for a rating service. We can't, as long as we don't say the name of the rating service, we won't get flagged, so we're fine. But nevertheless, this little contest was certified by the American Revolutionary Bicentennial Committee. It carried the government seal of approval, so when they tried to come in and legally do things about it, they couldn't do it. The government sponsored the contest, and it was a little way to kind of stick a jab in some of the other broadcasters in the market, but have some fun at the same time, and it was very historical and...
very unique for its time.
Yeah, it was. And of course, where are you now, Bill? What are you doing?
I'm still out here at the ranch.
No, just kidding. I was going to do started on that because
so many years.
I was waiting for you to ask me.
Oh, well, what are you doing now?
I figured if I threw it at you, you'd throw it back.
I think we've got traffic, don't we? Phil is standing over here with some scribble.
Yeah. Wait, you know how it is up here in the Q-Bird. KCBQ Bird 2, I need some engine effects. Thank you very much. All right. Northbound 15, it's kind of slow now. All the way up to the North City through Scripps Ranch.
Up the what?
Oh, right. I thought North City.
Okay.
Yeah, eastbound day slows a little through Mission Valley. You'll pick up speed past College Avenue and on through Waring Road. And 94 looks pretty good. Northbound 5 and northbound 805 so far. And southbound 5. And Sorrento Valley Road into the south. Yes, Sorrento Valley Road northbound 5 is looking pretty good.
That motor's getting awfully slow there.
You know what happens when the engine fails, don't you? We land KCBQ Bird 1 on the football field at Valhalla High.
Aha.
Yes, we've had to do that.
We got plenty of room out at the radio ranch.
That's true. Well, we've been known to land there,
Put
too.
them down between the towers there.
As well as Lindbergh Field, yes. Hey, thinking about remodeling, ask Great American Bank about their low-interest equity loan. Phil Flowers, KCBQ Airwatch is clear.
And coming up in just a second on KCBQ.
We'll be back in a moment after these incredibly perfect segues.
Friendly, helpful attitudes. A sincere wish to help.
Colonial Ford
I got to hear this jingle. Hit this thing one more time. This is incredible.
Mason Dixon, KCBQ.
I love it. Makes you feel good to be back here in San Diego doing all these things. Boy, these jocks, after all these years, I guess probably the best way to describe them.
Larger, wide, massive, ugly.
Feeling better now that we're through. The legendary KCBQ FM. Well, I said no, I can't take it no more. I'm tired of waking up on the floor. No, thank you, please. It only makes me sneeze, and then it makes it hard to find a door.
KCBQ FM and AM. The radio reunion. Bill Moffitt with Mason Dixon.
This is the way it was in the good old days, boy. When we were up here rocking and rolling on the KCBQ radio.
Idea how long this is, so we'll just go until
they start singing.
We
right?
feel it. KCBQ FM and AM. Bachman Turner Overdrive. Rolling down the highway. I'm Bill Moffitt along with Mason Dixon. A heck of a day down here at the Mission Valley Marriott. Going to be around till midnight tonight. There are more cameras than there are microphones around here.
That's true. I like the way we faked the beginning of that. You realize how we did that? Years and years of
timing. It's all in the timing, you know. And that's
more in the BS.
Yeah, that's why we're turning gray.
That's true. We certainly are. And
timing is everything.
It certainly does. But you know what? It's good to get back and see a lot of these guys and to see their families. And unfortunately, you know, the disc jockey they're kind of rolling vagabonds for the most part. And I came back. I brought my wife. Where'd I go? There I am. Don't turn me off. Yeah,
flashbacks. These little flashbacks.
You'll want to do that in a second here. I brought my wife back, and we came back to enjoy San Diego and see some of the sights. And some of the guys have kind of moved on and done other things. And things change. You know, it's tough for the DJs to stay married. And
how many kids do you have?
I have two little girls, 1 7, 1 3. Yeah. And we have a song that we play that I brought back with me that I think is kind of appropriate for all of the vagabond disc jockeys who've come back to the reunion here. And maybe they've lost their family along the way and they've had to split up. Would you like for me to play that, Bill?
Sure, absolutely. Go ahead.
I think it'd be wonderful for them to all gather around the stage here and listen to a song dedicated to the disc jockeys who have a hard time staying married. It's you'll like this. It's usually what happens.
Family radio.
Yeah, it's what happens to us. Here it is.
My wife left town with a banana. Loves a rotten deal. Found that young devil hiding in her purse. He's cold and he's hard, but he's got appeal. I hope it never happens to you. Some fruit breaks your marriage in two. My wife left town with a banana. My baby's slipping away.
There. That's about enough of that one.
No, don't pass a fruit stand here, man.
But anyway, for those guys who've changed 4 or 5 wives since the last time I saw them 14 years ago, and I guess we're talking about you, aren't we, Phil?
Yeah. No, not me. No.
How's that alimony coming?
I see. You gave him the finger, so it was time for him to do his report. Is that what that was?
Oh,
let's get him up.
Must be. Eastbound 94. Hey, it's going to be a little bit slow approaching the 125 connection now due to an accident there. Eastbound 94 still slows. 805 to about Euclid or so. Oh, yes, you got like my pink socks, huh?
Pink socks?
I have pink socks. Well, you know how
Wait a minute, listen here.
Pink socks given to me by, northbound 15 slow. You'll stay slow until about Mercy Road, then you'll pick up speed there. Eastbound 94, like I say, slows from 805 to about Euclid. Eastbound 8, slow through Mission Valley. You'll pick up speed past College, and you'll really be picking up speed past Waring Road. Full board in the Spring Valley and Lemon Grove.
Pedal to the metal.
Flying Phil Flowers, KCBQ Air Watch is clear.
This is going to be exciting. They just walked up and handed me a new jingle for the show. They've listened for the last, what have we been on here, about 45, 50 minutes?
Seems like days.
Yeah, it has. It's been weeks since we started this, and I've got a new jingle, and we'll use it to start off the next song here in just a second.
It's Clinique Bonus Week at Bullock's.
See Pearson, Ford, they stand alone at Fairmont and El Cajon.
Saturday, March 1st, 1975, it's become a household phrase, buy a car, get a check. And Chrysler Corporation says it will extend its rebate program, which began in January. Other automakers say they won't follow suit yet, except in certain cases. Ford will continue to offer a $150 rebate on its Courier pickup. GM and American Motors reducing the base prices of some models, mostly by stripping off formerly standard equipment. San Diego City school officials are getting paperwork ready to sue the Port District, the case involving alleged damages to schools within the Lindbergh Field flight pattern. The school district will be asking for at least $12 million to cover decreased value, lost instructional time, general sound disruptions, and possible structural damages from vibrations caused by jet takeoffs and landings at Lindbergh. Citizens groups have already filed at least $75 million in damage suits claiming loss of property value due to airport operations. Sports, Bobby Hull continues his assault on the hockey record books. Last night, unfortunately, the San Diego Mariners were trampled in the rush. Hull scoring 2 goals, his 54th and 55th of the season, to lead Winnipeg's Jets to a 4-3 win over the Mariners. San Diego environment, hazy sunshine. Highs in the mid-60s, lows in the upper 40s overnight. I'm Boyd R. Britton. Q information.
You know what? We're having such a good time here. We haven't taken any time out, Bill, to see if there's any folks out there that want to talk to us on the telephone. There may be someone out here that I owe money to.
Absolutely. Are we going to the phones
Let's
here?
go check the phones out. Hello.
Hi, how you doing there?
Fine. Who's this?
This is Ben Sanders.
Hi, Ben. How you doing?
Excellent. Wanted to, first of all, thank you for the nostalgia of the walk down memory lane. This has been great.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. It was nice for all these guys to come back and fight. And a lot of them, in most cases, had to take vacation time from their own radio stations to get a chance to come back and do this.
Well, it's always interesting to talk to some of you people. The only thing, I always have to talk real slow.
Why is that?
A little humor there.
Okay. Must have been. I didn't get it.
Let me ask you, what years was it that you had the glass booth at 7th and Ash?
Oh, gee, when we need shotgun the most here.
Yeah, who was it?
This was before my day. Yeah.
Who has the mirror from that studio and the lamp? Was that you, Bill? You've got the lamp. Where the heck is the... Why didn't you bring the lamp, Bill?
We had to call Cabrillo Crane to get the damn thing up, you know.
Man, we needed the lamp. Yeah. There was some discussions yesterday about taking the scrapings off that lamp, and we could have a real good time here.
Well, it seemed...
Whoa.
It seemed like it was about 1960, in the early 60s there. I was reminiscing about the fact that myself and another fellow were driving along, and we stopped at the top of the light, and the announcer was doing an ad for Hunt's tomato sauce.
Oh, yeah? Well, that was back before my time.
Yeah. Okay. He was saying, ladies, and so be sure and use Hunt's tomato sauce. And we honked at the DJ, and he looked down and waved, and we were in a convertible, and we both waved back. And I looked over at my companion, and he turned the wave into an obscene gesture, and the announcer just kept on going, and so he finished the ad by saying, and so ladies, pick up Hunt's tomato sauce today, and same to you, fellas. And so, and all of your audience, there were only 3 people, I'm sure, total that understood what that meant.
I was going to say, it probably, in this particular case, these days, they would have mooned him, right?
Most likely, or else it would have happened to us first.
And there you go. Well, thanks a lot for calling. It's good for sharing some of that, and it's been a lot of fun doing it. It's about time for me to turn it over to another one of those legendary KCBQ superstars out of the mid-1970s. In fact, the guy who replaced me when I left San Diego and went to Los Angeles for about 2 minutes. And then
cup of coffee.
Yeah, a cup of coffee, and hey, get him out of here. He sounded better in San Diego. So I went back to San Diego and took my old job back. But in the meantime, we shared the afternoon shift when I came back. Steve Goddard's going to be in a couple of minutes. Steve works for the sister station, Q105, my station in Tampa. We have a sister station in Phoenix, KOI, and Steve Goddard works there now.
And he has practically every oldie ever made.
This guy has got an incredible collection of memorabilia, no doubt about it. So I want to turn this thing over to him and just say thanks once again for sharing the memories. Bill, thanks for putting up with
Mason,
me.
for coming by.
And
the party's just started, though. Going to have a lot of fun tonight.
A lot more to go. Best of luck to all the folks at KCBQ. And you never know what may happen in the 5 o'clock hour. Goddard and Tony Maddox and I have been planning on something. And I've got one thing. I've got a jingle left whenever you're ready to turn this thing over.
Okay, Mike, let's remind the folks how to get down here at the Mission Valley Marriott. The best way to get here off Friars Road is exit Stadium Way, and you can't miss it. It's a beautiful building here. We're going to be around until midnight, sock op at 8, and we hope to see all the folks down here. It's going to be great fun. Thanks again, Mason.
Hey, thanks, Bill, for sharing it with me. I got one little thing. I got my jingle here. The Matt Mills, the head honcho from Adams Communication, just walked in here and said, listen, if you're going to work on my radio station, I'm going to have a jingle for you. I've been listening to your show for the last hour, and he gave me this. I don't know what it is. It's on a blank tape. I'm just going to hit it, and we'll hit the next song. So thanks a bunch, San Diego. If you're ever in Tampa, come look me up and say hello to Mason Dixon.
You are
Thanks a lot there, Matt. I appreciate that. Yeah. Oh, you know I wasn't going to leave. You know what I've done now? I've confiscated the board.
We were on. Okay.
Taken control of KCBQ
Fly it, Mason.
AM and
Fly it,
FM.
Mason. Let's go.
We're going to do it. Wait a minute. We got a new jock coming in here.
Are you doing double shift, Bill?
There's a new,
You getting double time for this?
Get out. No.
Let me turn him off. There's a new jock coming in here. We need to find out. What is your name? Step up here. Get
me out of here. Get me the hell out of here.
Oh, come on now. Wait a minute. I'm not leaving. Who's this new jock? What's your name?
Hello.
Yeah.
I'm Mr. Ray.
Did he ever work here?
You know, it's a good thing they haven't opened the bar yet, or we'd be in big trouble here. You know?
We certainly would. The only reason I didn't leave is because I'd like to thank Sonny West, or East, or South, whatever it is, the program director here, for giving us all of those slow songs during the 4 o'clock hour.
Yeah.
And we didn't have any. We had one chance that whole time to start screaming and yelling and acting crazy, didn't we?
Now, finally.
ELO especially got me aroused.
Yeah, that was really exciting. So I'm going to take over the board here and run this thing and play the hits.
Are you going to play some fast stuff?
I'm going to play some stuff.
Let's
This
burn.
thing's
Come
going to sound
on.
like
Is it
KCBQ
going to smoke?
used to sound. You
I
ready
don't
for
believe.
it?
Oh my God!
Oh, Lord, 5 o'clock at KCBQ FM and AM San Diego. Steve.
I feel like saying 10,000 winners in 28 days in San Diego's legendary KCBQ.
Getting back to your back, I love you.
Oh, Lord, that feels good.
San Diego's legendary KCBQ. You know, in 500 years, I never thought I'd be seeing those call letters again.
I didn't either. I didn't think we'd
never thought I'd be able to do that again.
You know, the program director just walked by and he found out that I took over the control board and said,
It's a monkey in here.
but we're going to make the best of it anyhow.
Sonny, you SOL right now, bud.
That's it. He's in trouble now.
Aloha.
We're picking the music. We're going to play. Where's Mad Dog?
We have commandeered the
We
radio
need to get
station.
Mad Dog over here because this was our era of 76, 77.
Oh, yeah.
Mad Dog Maddox and Mason Dixon, Steve Goddard. And where's Charlene Harrigan?
Charlene Harrigan. You know, the one guy in this whole reunion that I have not seen that I really wanted to see was Seymour Broomwad. I have not seen Seymour Broomwad
Well, where in the heck is
anywhere.
Seymour?
I have no idea, but I hope he shows up because, I traveled all the way from Phoenix, Arizona to see Seymour Broomwad. And, he hasn't shown up. I've seen Big Bob. I've seen people I haven't thought about in about a decade. I've seen Mad Dog. Is Mad Dog here?
In fact, that's him over there.
Oh, is
breaking
Mad
the
Dog
glass
still?
right now.
He's still walking into walls, isn't he?
Move that chandelier.
But I do it so well, you know?
So graceful.
Some things don't change.
So graceful. You know what we better do? It's almost 10 after 5. We better find out what's going on in the San Diego traffic out there because you know they're bumper to bumper smiling at us while we're having fun. Phil?
They're having a good time for sure, Mason. Listening to you guys on
There you go.
94, and of course, hey, we don't want the engine to die. Thing turns into a glider and I can land at Valhalla High football field. Anyway, eastbound 94, west of 125, still an accident there, slowing things a bit. Southbound 163, there's a stalled car there. Hey, 805. Northbound 15 slow from Palmorado Road all the way to Mercy, and there's a 10-minute wait at the border in San Ysidro. Thinking about remodeling? Ask Great American Bank about their low-interest equity loan. Flying Pill Flour is out. KCBQ Air Watch is clear.
Phil, get those socks washed, will you?
Oh, yeah. The pink ones.
You
Put that tape on his resume.
Speaking of socks, we're going to have a great time at the Sock Hop tonight.
Sock Hop tonight. 8 o'clock tonight.
Special effects by, are you Harrigan or Charlie? What are you?
You don't know.
You'll have to pay for that tonight, probably.
He left. He's not even going to speak anymore.
No, I'm Harrigan, doggone it.
Woo! I'm glad he counted to 10.
Had plenty of time to figure it out.
Friendly, helpful attitudes. A sincere wish to help.
I guess the question of the afternoon is, are we having a good time?
If I died right now, I'd be a happy person.
And so are the rest of us. So if you guys are ready, we're going to turn the level up on this thing here just a little bit. Steve, you want to jump in on this one, buddy?
It's Rod Stewart. It's Faces. If he ever clears his throat, he's going to be out of a job at KCBQ. Yeah!
time or
Man,
what?
it wasn't Neil Young, was it?
Wasn't anybody.
Yeah. That sounded a little better, didn't it?
There is a crowd
Have
here.
we got this thing turned?
Turn around and look. You have got an audience, bud.
It's filling up.
Pretty good.
They're filming those cameras.
We turned the
Come
energy
on
level
down.
up a little bit.
We're here at
What's
the
happening?
Mission Valley Marriott, right here.
had
Exit
to get
off
that-
Stadium Way.
He had to get
Friars
that
Road.
ended.
Get there.
He
Yeah,
is
come on
paid
down.
to do that.
Now, he's
That's
a
my job.
professional
That's-
communicator, isn't he?
I'm here.
He still works here. He can get away with that.
He's got to come in tomorrow.
That's right.
We can just trash it and leave.
Of course, I'm on the board. I can turn him off.
That's right.
Sonny wants to know where you found that button. At KCBQ, it's Badfinger.
I remember finding out about you.
Can I say it? Can I say it?
You can.
KCBQ, the legendary, the one and only.
You said that so well. Gosh.
Did that sound good?
Sound just like Tony Maddox's.
Ooh.
Yeah, the Mad Dog, Steve Goddard, Mason
Unbelievable.
Dixon. We have commandeered the radio station. Wait a minute. Here comes Sonny, the program director again. What do you want to
Look
say
out,
about
look
us
out.
taking this place over?
It is idiotic.
What?
It is immoral.
Yeah.
It is illegal.
But we're going to do it anyway.
We done it. It's done. It's a done deal.
It is a done deal. And for those of you wondering, what in the heck is going on? And for those of you that say, wow, this sounds like the KCBQ I remember from the mid-1970s, that's exactly what we got going
Exactly.
That's exactly right.
You were there when?
76, 77, you came in at the
I
end
was
of
in
that.
77, 78, 79.
And I was there for all of it.
And we've got a big crowd at the Marriott, and everybody else can come on down and join us for the party. A lot more of the legendary KCBQ DJs ready to go on here in the next couple of minutes.
Big
But
stop hop
first,
tonight.
for those of you staring at brake lights out there, we better get a check on going home traffic.
Yeah. Hey, Phil Flowers in KCBQ Bird 1 and eastbound 94. Hey, it's bunching up a bit past Euclid and on past the 125 connector due to an earlier accident. Northbound 5 south of 78. There's an accident up in the North County. It's off to the side now. But, you know, be aware of it. Eastbound 8 slows from 805 to College. And it looks pretty good still into the South Bay on southbound 5 and southbound 805. Northbound 15 slowing. And in fact, you'll pick up speed past Mercy Road. Hey, thinking about remodeling? Ask Great American Bank about their low-interest equity loan. Phil Flowers flying in KCBQ Bird 1.
Watch that bird. It's going to
Look
crash.
out.
Look out.
Clear.
Oh, no. Hate when that happens.
Oh, my goodness.
The news you've been waiting for.
Looking to stock up on the items you use most?
Lucky, lucky, dare to compare the best.
Oh, I got to hit this thing here.
What?
Have you heard this little jingle we found?
What?
Do you remember this thing, Goddard?
That's it. Oh, no.
Mason Dixon, KCBQ.
Isn't that wild?
Dude, can you play it again? I didn't hear it real good. I didn't have my headphones up loud enough.
Once. I don't want to hear that again. You know what I want to hear? Hottest show on TV, China Beach. Theme
gotta
song.
be.
You got it.
Supremes.
Oh, yeah.
KCBQ.
Reflections of the love you took from me. And you are all my faith and trust. Right before my eyes.
It is the KCBQ reunion, so I thought this song would be appropriate this afternoon.
Got to be the mom and child getting back together.
All these DJs back together
Mason
again.
getting back together, Tony getting back together. I've never seen so many friendly faces in my life. Seymour Broomwad is out parking cars. I just went and said hello. We'll try and get him in a little bit of queue.
No, I would not give you false hope.
Well, you know what? I knew it was going to happen a few minutes ago.
Lightning reflexes.
Not used to these 3-minute records.
What are these guys coming in here? These are the regular guys. They're back in here talking again.
And they're
Steve, are we
trying-
going to let them get away with that?
Are we running low on fruit
No.
punch here again?
No.
Could you, Bill?
Out of control.
That's my thing. I think that's my headphones.
It's feedback.
Bill, you
Ooh.
still work here. Could you go over and get us something to drink?
Dan.
He's calling the security, you know that.
What are they going to do, fire us again?
Yeah, again. Sonny
Really?
Sonny
We've all
came
been
over.
there, folks.
Sure. And it's a wonderful feeling, you
The
know?
program director just came over a second ago, and Sonny said, look, can you guys bring the pace down a little bit? You're just playing too many of those up-tempo, exciting records from the old days of KCBQ. And we said, what did we say? Now, KCBQ, I'll tell you what, man, if we were having more fun, it'd be illegal. But I'll tell you what, we got to play a love song. Something nice and romantic here.
Oh, this is wonderful. Climax, right?
Precious and few are the moments we two can share.
Ooh, you do that so well. You've got a deep voice. And the years have been good to you.
Nice segue. Mitch Ryder into Climax. I like that.
Well, we had to bring the pace down. We've been jamming this. We've been jamming this thing this hour.
We ran into a wall with that one.
This is a big reunion, folks.
Big KCBQ reunion. Steve Goddard, Mason Dixon, and Tony Maddox all back. And
the legendary KCBQ.
And of course, Bill Moffitt, who works here normally, and he's walking around over there going, "You could get these guys off the darn radio." Hold on, we got a phone call here. We better check on this phone call. Phones have been ringing this afternoon. I don't know what. This guy's probably excited about what we're doing here.
I don't know.
It's a
I hope
Chula
so.
Vista call. Hello.
Me gusta mujeres con las piernas flojas.
What?
I knew that guy.
What is he talking about?
I know that.
I
know that voice.
Quiero tocar sus...
Yeah.
Well, yeah, there.
Yeah, whatever he said. I agree. The reunion was
used to call in a lot in the afternoon. Yeah, I remember him.
There's a couple of those out in the crowd there.
The guacamole?
Check
Yeah,
on
I
that.
love
Sure. Phil?
Had to spell it.
Yeah.
What's happening with the brake lights out there?
Well, everybody's listening to you as they're slowing now through Mission Valley on eastbound 8 from Fairmont all the way up to College and eastbound 94. It slows around 805. You'll pick up speed about Euclid into the 125 connector, a little slow into Spring Valley. But, you'll like I say, once you get past that, you'll be fine. Southbound 5 and southbound 805. Into the South Bay looking pretty good. Northbound 5, it slows a little bit. Approaching Serrano Valley Road. And, hey, thinking about remodeling, ask Great American Bank about their low-interest equity loan. Flying Phil Flowers in KCBQ Bird 2, clear.
Marvelous. He landed that sucker right on the radio range.
Have mercy.
Not a problem. I like that. There are still some of the guys who didn't make the program today. I don't know what the problem was, why they couldn't come to join us.
They're afraid. They show up around here.
They're just some people we don't want to see again.
Well, we called a couple of the old guys and asked them. We called Jerry Cagle, our buddy who used to be known as Jerry Peterson.
Right, exactly,
Yeah, KCBQ, and wanted to know. He was our boss when we were there.
Wrote some classic memos.
Yeah, he did.
How to use the restroom memo. First memo I got at KCBQ in 77.
Remember the Memorial Golf tournament we had for him?
Yes.
That's supposed to be after you die,
That's
right?
the only one I've ever seen played naked.
Oh, it's just the caddies naked.
But I called him a little while ago, trying to find out why he wouldn't come.
Really? What was the reason?
He's not here. He left a message and said,
I ain't got nothing to lose.
Yeah. That's Jerry. That's Jerry.
I ain't got no teethers.
Right.
And I definitely ain't got no driver's license.
Hey, Jerry. It's good to see you.
The writers of Car and Driver magazine went for a leisurely drive in the new Lexus LS400. Come see the car of the 90s in the new showroom of the 90s. Lexus Kearney Mesa off 163 in Carland, Kearney Mesa. Lexus redefined the luxury car. We redefined the luxury car dealer.
Lexus Kearney Mesa. Lexus.
Come test drive the ultimate high-performance luxury cars at Lexus Kearney Mesa. Give us 15 minutes and we'll change the way you think about driving.
Lexus Kearney Mesa.
I tell you what, there was a voice on that commercial there. It was so smooth.
Sounded like he had a tie on.
And a thunder throat. He had the deep voice. Who the heck was that?
I have no idea, but he sure was good, wasn't he?
I want to hire him.
Listen, man.
Quiet, numbskulls, I'm broadcasting.
Searching for an affordable home? The Robert L. Childers Company is well known for building quality home communities in San Diego County. Remember, Childers for quality, affordable homes in San Diego.
Okay, there's the first dead air we've had so far. We can blame that on the engineer. He was telling us how to get phone calls on the air. People are calling us.
No way.
Tony, can you believe it?
The phone banks were empty moments ago. You must be doing something.
Well, I don't know what's going on here. We got a little energy going, and folks are calling. Is anybody on the phone?
Was that
Hello?
Climax record?
They're bringing back the 70s in big way.
All right. Who's this?
My name's Bob from National City.
Bob, how long have you been a San Diego resident?
Oh, criminy, since 73, but I lived in Escondido and had to suffer the shutdown of power at sundown.
Oh, my.
So I was a Q listener since probably late 50s. Anyway, I wanted to share with Mason. Tony, I've always enjoyed your work, and you too, Stephen.
Thanks, bud.
God bless you.
And Bill Moffat, we like you too.
He's okay.
Bill's okay.
Yeah, say nice things to Bill. We've taken over his show here.
Poor Bill may not have a job tomorrow.
No, believe me, after we get through doing what we're doing,
he's going to look real good to management.
He's going to look great to management tomorrow.
Absolutely.
That's true. Mason, I got two questions for you.
Okay.
Number one, what about the group Cimarron? What is that about?
This was a setup. I know it was.
It was a setup. I
Come
know
on.
it was.
Come on.
No setup, Mason. I called you and tried to obtain a copy of that silly thing, and I finally found it in a college library. And they were selling it for 50 cents. It's got
50
writing
cents.
all over the
That's
cover.
About right. Right? Yeah, writing all over the cover. I'm sure.
Well, I
that-
mean, defacement from college students.
Well, let me explain that. Just to take a quick second to do that. The group Cimarron was a group that I worked with during the, I guess, before I got into radio, and we had a great time with it. And where's all this squealing coming
Volume
from? I haven't figured
on the
that out yet.
headphones there, maybe.
Is that what that is? It can't be.
So I don't know.
I don't know. Anyway, there was a group that I worked with back in the early 70s before I got into radio, and we had a song called Rings. And it was almost a hit, wasn't it?
It was a hit.
It was a good. It was a nice song.
Unfortunately, it doesn't list the members of Cimarron on that cover, so I have no idea who you really are.
Well, Cheryl, Rick, and Richard are the pictures on the front, and as I usually have gone through life being the backup guy.
Okay.
That's the way that one worked.
Second question.
Okay.
Who was the jock that supposedly did the end of KCBQ on February 28th of 1976?
I don't know. Now, wait a minute. We got Bill. Bill, do you know about that? Who did
Who's
that?
the historian?
Do you have your radio turned up loud in the background, sir? Is that what's
I do
happening?
not. No, mine's all the way down.
Okay, well.
That's us.
Okay,
This
it's-
feedback, it's us. It's
it's
always been us.
It was Shotgun Tom's shift, but one of you three worked that shift.
It had to have been Steve Goddard then, because I
You're
left.
wrong.
No, I wasn't there till 77.
No, the Goddard wasn't there yet. It was you, Mason.
Wait a minute.
End?
And you were going, oh, Lord, I don't like to see this end. I just can't see them taking over this radio station.
Wait a minute. That was a Jerry Cagle promotion. It was the KCBQ becomes a thing of the past.
That, exact.
That was it.
Hot stuff. Mason, I've still got those tapes in my archives.
Wait a minute. I've got to have. Don't tell me on the air, but I've got to have your name. I got to get those. I need some tapes from my old KCBQ
You're
days.
on, babes. I've got tapes of all three of you floating around here. I'll leave my name.
Okay, you hold on just a second. We're going to take care of that. In the meantime, we better take care of Sonny.
KCBQ.
Uh-oh, play another darn song here.
Yeah, God, I hear Motown. I hear Detroit. It's Levi, it's the Four Tops, and it's the KCBQ reunion. Sugar Pie!
KCBQ, the legendary 1170 AM and
Listen to those
105.3. It is so much fun being here with you guys. I just can't tell you.
It was nice to have that phone call a second ago. I owe that guy money for that phone call. That was outstanding.
Hey, that's why you flew all the way across America.
All the way from Tampa, Florida to do that.
Yes, indeed.
Did you get the prize for the longest distance traveled?
I think I did.
Did they? Okay.
I think I did. Well, we got another phone call. Let's go to the phones and see what we got. Hello, KCBQ.
Hello, Steve-O.
Yo, who's this?
Hey, Steve-O. Think back, 1978. I kept pestering you. I was confused whether you were related to Mark Goddard from Lost in Space. And I would write to you, and you would never answer, and finally you did.
He's trying to forget that one.
That's typical. He never answers his
You
phone
don't
calls now
write, you
either.
know, listen, I remember somebody asking me about that.
Yeah, this is me, Chris Goyes, and I kept writing to you and saying, are you related to Mark Goddard?
Yes, I do remember you. Yes, I do remember you.
Isn't that horrible?
No, not particularly. It's horrible the fact I didn't write back.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's one of the worst things you've ever done.
I didn't
Goddard.
eat spinach. My mom doesn't know where I'm at. So, Chris, you're in good company. I apologize. I'll write to you now.
That's okay, but I'll tell you one thing I remember very well, and when you were doing Goddard Gold, I kept asking you to do a dedication for me about a girl that I was still madly in love with.
Don't tell me I didn't do that either.
No, you did it. You finally, reluctantly, you did. You said, I don't normally
Wait a minute. How do you know I was reluctant about it?
Because
You're a wonderful guy.
I still got the tape.
How do you know I was reluctant about doing it, though?
I'll tell you what, let's do. Why don't you make that request again to, do you still have that same girl in
I
your
have
life?
the tape. I had the very same tape.
But do you have the same girl?
Oh, no. Thank God, no. Oh, no.
What are you worried about?
Well, then what
there?
the hell good did it do for you?
It kept me alive.
I love it. Phil comes running up here. Is it time for traffic?
With a wreck like her, thank God you kept me single.
All right, well, do you have a new girl?
Then.
What's that?
Do you have a new girl?
Yeah, I certainly do.
Okay, well, you want to make a dedication to her? Go ahead. We need to get some
This is
music
to
playing on the
Annie.
radio station.
Annie.
Annie, my love, my darling, I love you so much.
And she can say she heard it through the grapevine.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Don't overdo it, Chris.
Or on the legendary KCBQ.
It's my pleasure talking to you.
Thank you, buddy. I appreciate you remembering very, very much. Thanks, everybody, for remembering. It's the big KCBQ reunion, big sock hop, coming up tonight at 8 o'clock. And, oh, my God.
Mission Valley Marriott.